bless America.
Gotta let you know what's up.
God bless America.
Are you asleep or are you up?
God bless America.
Trying to hit you with the news.
God bless America.
Don't be no dummy, you're a fool.
God bless America.
Gotta let them know what's up.
God bless America.
Are you asleep or are you up?
God bless America.
Trying to hit you with the news.
God bless America.
Don't be a dummy, you're a fool. You're tuned in. This is the land of opportunities. USA, this my community. I stay updated with the foolery.
Alderman Raymond Lopez is joining us live to continue this conversation. Alderman, thanks so much for making the time.
Thank you, Natasha.
I wanted to follow up on something you told me. You are raising the alarm. You are concerned that Chicago police officers are contracting measles. Can you tell us any specifics about this, and what is the worry for you here?
No, we had seen early on when we had 2,000 migrant asylum seekers living in our police stations that some of the infectious diseases that they had were actually being shared with our police officers. So we know that our officers were coming in contact and developing measles and mumps and some other things. And as we're moving forward with what we're going through now, my concern is that, our first responders are going to deal with tuberculosis next, measles continuing to be an issue, as we continue to see 39,000 individuals now in our city who have not been vaccinated, who are not being held to the American standard, and who are not only living in substandard situations, as you saw yourself, but also putting our children in harm's way as well in the public school system.
What up, y'all? It's Papa Z, and I'm back with another video. Man, Chicago, man. If it ain't overcrowded migrant shelters, if it ain't them getting free food, free housing, free health care, now they're dealing with 2 or 3 infectious diseases. You have the measles, tuberculosis, in some cases the mumps. Now, I ain't heard about the mumps in a long time. I heard about the measles and tuberculosis, but the mumps, man, they got all these people, these migrants in these shelters spreading those diseases around to each other. They don't want to tell how many cases it is. So far, it's like 55 cases of measles, but they don't know it's possibly even more. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. Then recently, they had the shelter evictions. So you mean to tell me that those diseases are spreading throughout Chicago? We just recently, battled COVID. And then you have like a lot of the migrant families are opting out of having to get their kids vaccinated for the measles and tuberculosis. Then you have some of the police officers who were dealing with a lot of those migrants in those police stations and different shelters also contracting those diseases. The aldermans and the city people are trying to tell the health people about these cases, but it's like they're sweeping them up under the rug. They won't let the general community know, about what's actually happening with these diseases that are rising. You got a few of those kids that are in school. You don't know if they have it or not. It's just crazy. When we were kids, we had to have every shot in the book in order to go to school. But now you have the migrants here, and the migrants got the nerve to not want to get a shot. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be in this country, you got to follow these country's rules, man. If in school, to be able to put your kid in school, you have to have vaccination shots to not be able to spread any of these different diseases. It's just crazy, man. Mayor Brandon Johnson, you need to do something about this situation, man. And stop hiding the fact that you're trying to put the blame on your migrant crisis on Texas. You guys wanted to be a sanctuary city, and Texas is not a sanctuary city or a state. You want them to deal with all these migrants and all this stuff, but you guys said, hey, we sanctuary. So they sent to you guys. Now you want to put the blame on everybody else. Then you got all these diseases and these people coming from these different countries and you guys are trying to sweep the thing up under the rug. This is crazy. But man, I stand with Chicago, man. The only thing I can say is, man, I could pray for y'all, you know, and hopefully Brandon Johnson will be able to be touched in a way where he'll actually try to actually do something instead of trying to blame somebody else, you know. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I had to come on here and spread this message because they're not really letting this, you know, out into the algorithm and let people know that, you know, you got these infectious diseases coming from these different countries, you know. So, yeah, but like I always say, man, protect yourself at all times. Keep your head on the swivel. God bless you, God bless me, and God bless America. And I'm out. Papa Z. Peace.
You say that there were cases of both measles and mumps contracted by police officers here in
Yes.
Chicago.
And we have been aware of that fact since August of last year. And every time we try to approach this subject, the police department, health department, the mayor's office, nobody wanted to talk about it. Everyone said that we were just trying to cause panic in our city, that there was no transmission of measles or mumps or even tuberculosis back then for that matter. And we've seen that now clearly that is not the case.
Behind the scenes, can you tell us, have police officers approached you, have residents approached you who are privately concerned about the spread?
Every week I get calls and messages from officers who cannot come out publicly but are sharing the stories that they're dealing with in these shelters, sharing what they saw in the hospitals and in the ambulances, and seeing and telling me in a very general sense that all of what we talk about, all of what we fear is here, is happening, and is not being addressed by this administration.
God bless America.
Gotta let them know what's up.
God bless America.
Are you asleep or are you up?
God bless America.
Trying to hit you with the news.
God bless America.
Don't be a dummy or a fool. They watching me like a film. Get the news, Papa Z films. They watching me.